gonna click record.
Oh, I have to behave now.
Hopefully we get more peeps on here, but
Kelly, seriously, if you made these public, I would have to dress better, look better, behave better.
I'm not making them public because I don't know.
Thank God, because that's too difficult.
There's if they're like really, really good or something, then I might, but
Well, but you'll
I'm gonna go put him back in bed. I'll be right back. Say bye.
We need to have on our leopard pajamas for those.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not wearing any makeup today, so good times.
That's Cindy.
Well, let me do a couple announcements. Do you guys all have people in the sneak peek group?
I think I have one, but she's not participating.
Is it Andrea?
Andrea?
Your new coach Andrea's in there. I think it's kind of getting her inspired. So just so you know.
If she's participating, I don't really know that either.
Yeah,
I've been talking to her.
She commented today on one of my posts, and I said, and I was just like, oh, sweet. Like I know she's already a coach.
She's one of those little silent people that lurks.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked in the group today to see that she's actually commented.
What's her
so
last
that's interesting because I've been talking to her all day and she didn't tell me that she was even in there.
What's her last name? It's Bow Scott or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bo Scott. So I have another person in there named Erin.
Uh-huh.
And she's actually one of my free leads.
Oh, cool.
And she's interested, but she isn't really participating. But we're talking, so
yeah.
a lot.
There's a lot of stalkers. There's a lot of people that you know they're
just on a computer. You're allowed to.
And some people.
You're allowed to use.
This is my game plan. So tomorrow morning, I'm waking up with the butt crack, and I'm gonna email all my people and say, "Hey, did you get a chance?" I always say, "Hey, did you get a chance to watch some of the videos?" I don't say all because I don't want them to feel like they had to watch all of them. But I like say like some of the videos in the sneak peek group, and then I say, "What questions do you have?" And that usually like opens up a dialogue about anything. And at that point, I think it's really important that you guys. I think it's so important to actually make a phone call and talk to them on the phone about it. And basically just like give them your, why you love it. Basically repeat everything we've said in the sneak peek group. But I just think talking to them and addressing their concerns and stuff, I just feel like the coaches, that's just something that's worked pretty well for me is talking to people on the phone about coaching. And then they typically, I feel like my sign-up rate is higher when I talk to them on the phone. Okay. So yeah.
Yes, her video isn't working.
Whose isn't, Joelle?
Yeah.
Is it working? It's not. Click on if you can get it.
Oh, it's pretty dark.
It's like so dark. Hold on.
So, but what did you think? I've been really pleased with the sneak peek group. I was kind of excited about how it turned out. Yeah, and I liked that it made all of us like participate too. Like it wasn't just like the Kelly and Nicole show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked some of the girls' stories in it. There was a couple that made me teary.
Yeah, totally.
Steven?
Well,
can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay. Hold on.
I hear you calling for Steven.
And I wanted to tell you guys, so Monday, well, first of all, I'm going to Vegas tomorrow. So just so you know, yeah, I'm going again with my husband.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you go down there and do pole stripping every couple of weekends to earn some cash.
Yeah, it's my other job.
Out of all the things to do in Vegas, that's the one you think she's doing.
Yep. Doesn't that sound just like Kelly?
Yeah. Just like her.
Just like her.
That's good.
Okay, so I'll be gone. But I'm still going to be working my business, and because I feel like these next 3 days is like you want to be talking to coaches like crazy. Anyone that was in your group, in the same group, and then
You know who? Oh,
and then I
sorry.
tell them to we're gonna start a coach training, is what we're calling it, but it's really just gonna be the checklists. But like, and Nicole and I are working on our own on a website that we really like. I know Mike has one, but we're working on it. I feel like just really simple. So if you guys have any coaches, you can totally, I'm going to be uploading the coach checklist, and you can kind of just tell them, like, we're starting coach training. And then on Monday, you'll be like, hey, here's checklist 1. Or you can refer them to the website. Hopefully it'll be ready by Monday. That's our plan. So, but it should be pretty, like, really simple training. And it's kind of like so just so you all know.
Cool.
And then
What are you doing?
It sounds like you're crumpling paper, like next to the microphone.
Gabrielle, we're muting you.
Okay.
Can you mute yourself, Gabrielle?
I don't think so. What do you guys hear?
Crackling.
Just like tons of crazy background noise.
Let me see if I can.
I
Goodbye.
tried to mute people. Oh, there you go. Okay. All righty. Well, I'm going to do a quick, this is the prize for today's pajama party. It is this gorgeous necklace.
Ooh,
It's like a stone thingy. Isn't that cool?
that's pretty.
Like made from a rock. Anyway, so I'll put your names in here, and we'll pick at the end. Don't let me forget. And I know I owe a couple of you guys your prizes. I have like a huge pile I have to ship, so my bad. Anyways, so that won't happen till after
November?
what?
I thought you said November.
I was gonna say Nevada. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Well, Jody's going to be talking today about sharing and networking. So we're excited. And Jody joined me like right around, like a month or 2 after I joined. So she's been around. She's tried lots of things. And so I'm excited to hear from you, girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not really sure that I'm going to say anything that everybody doesn't already know. Or perhaps I might miss something that you do that works really well. So if you want to interrupt me or add something in there, please do. Because otherwise I feel really awkward if nobody says anything. Yeah, I have been doing the Beachbody since I think it was September. And first, 4 or 5 months, I got Success Club 10 each time. Last month was the first time I didn't reach Success Club. And that was my own fault. I was overwhelmed with all the things that I had to do. And I paid for it. So anyway, but I'm going to share the things that I was doing at the beginning and need to step it up again that I felt were working for me. I'm kind of shy to start with, I feel like, but once somebody talks to me, then I can ramble for like an eternity. So I feel like that kind of helps me out a little bit when I want to share and I just don't know how to approach people. So I really honestly, if somebody says, hey, what's new? Or how are you doing? I haven't talked to you so long or whatnot, then right away I'm like, well, I'm doing this crazy new thing. Oh man. And I just really like go right into my story. I don't want to waste those opportunities where somebody is just like, how are you? And you're just like, fine. I will just get right in there and be like, well, this and this and this happened. And so that's kind of my first one, is don't just say I'm fine. Be like, oh yeah, I'm actually trying this new thing and it's going so well, but and I would say things like, oh, I feel kind of silly, but I'm really surprised at how well it's actually working out. And it really surprised me at how excited I felt when, Kelly approached me and whatnot. And I felt like saying things, obviously I don't want to downplay how great Beachbody is, but at the same time, I feel like being honest in those ways has helped me not seem like I'm trying to sell something to people, and just be relatable to them, and that I literally I'm new in this. I don't know everything. I'm a glorified customer, and that they could be too. I just feel like it makes me a little bit more relatable. So some of the other things that I found is people started to ask me how is Beachbody. So I didn't have to bring it up when we'd start, if I was out with my girlfriends or if I'm at church on Sunday, or I'll even have clients when they come over will ask me because they've been watching there's a lot of stalkers. And so people are watching, and one of the things that I'm sure you all already know from the training and whatnot is to add people every day and to comment on their posts. And so that's not always super easy, but it works. I know that's how Kelly hooked up with Micah, and that's how some of my friends have joined. Rachel Cairns, who we don't hear from a ton because she's also works at the hospital, so she has crazy hours, and that's why she never makes the meeting. But I just had never added her as a friend on Facebook, and I just randomly added. I went through the list, and I'm like, okay, I was only going to add people that I knew because I felt really awkward adding people that I didn't know, and so that was kind of my stepping stone. And so adding one of the, this is my one example, adding Rachel, literally within seconds, she was like, she had seen my Beachbody post, she added me, she accepted my friend request, saw my page, and it was like a day after I'd posted about 21 Day Fix, and she was like, what, this is exactly what I've been looking for a long time, I feel like you've come to me at the right moment and tell me all about it. And that's not like an everyday occurrence where people are going to be like, but if I hadn't have done that, or if I had waited to do it and I didn't have a recent post or whatnot, I might have missed that opportunity. So I do feel like doing those simple things every day, and maybe not even necessarily doing the amount of times that we're recommended to do, but just something. People are watching, and I will have people approach me all the time, be like, oh my gosh, tell me about this Beachbody thing you're doing. How is that going for you? And I find that happens with my business as well. You just don't realize. They don't always like the photos, or they don't always comment on things, but they are all watching. So one of the other things that I do is I have 2 orders. So I have one for myself. I have one for my husband, so that because he's one of my coaches. And so I get 1 bag and I get 1 box. And I keep something out on the counter all the time because, well, for my business, everybody comes in my front door and they go in my kitchen because I'm dealing with babies and they're warming their milk or whatnot. And I've had several conversations with clients, and I've had several clients do 21 Day Fix with us because they saw Shakeology sitting on my counter. They're not all necessarily on my friends list. So that's my one other way to make sure that it's out there, and it's not like I'm instigating the conversation necessarily. And so they feel more comfortable talking to me about it because they're like, oh, Shakeology, what? Tell me about that. I've heard about that. Like, is it any good? Do you like it? So that's been really well. And because I have 1 box, I'll be like, yes, let me just give you some samples. And they're always like, oh, let me pay you for them. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I've got a ton. And while I'm sure they're happy to pay for it, I just feel like it's one of those extra ways to make me feel more like their friend. And so I always try to find ways that things that work in my other business that could work in this business. So I find that when I make my clients my friends, that they buy from me a lot more. People buy from their friends. And so the more that I can make myself their friend, I feel the better it's going to end up for me. So I will like give them 3 packs of like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. So I just have that on hand. And I will actually often carry one in my purse, because when my friends ask me when we go out, I went out this weekend with a bunch of photographer friends from Calgary, and I mean, we've known each other for years, but we've just never really met up. And one of them is like big into fitness, and she's doing bikini competition and stuff. And so she already knows all about protein shakes. She already drinks, she does Vega or whatever it's called right now. And she wanted me to bring some. And so if I didn't have that stuff on hand, like I could take a scoop out of my bag and whatever, but I just felt like it's been that's probably one of the things that has helped me the most in person.
Wait, Jody?
Yeah.
Well, question. So can you like give us an idea of what a conversation looks like when like when you bust out your bag or whatever? Like at your girls' night out, like what did you?
Well, and that's the thing, like she instigated the conversation. She knew, she's seen my post. She knew that I had the Shakeology. She asked about it when we were getting ready to get together. She asked in advance, and I said, yeah, I'll bring some to share with you. Don't worry about it. And so right away, as we're trying to get into the conversation of dinner, and we all haven't seen each other in forever, that was her icebreaker with me was, okay, so tell me about the Shakeology. Like, why do you like it? Like, why is it so it's a protein shake, right? And I'm like, well, yes and no. I'm like, so I pull out all my, it's the only one that's really clinically proven. And these are the things that it says that it does, that I know that it's done for me. So I always try to relate it to them. And most of the people I'm talking to are young moms. So one of the things that I had said to her, I'm like, oh my gosh, I sit down and I have it with Hayden every day at the same time. And he and I go to the bathroom at the same time every day. We are so regular. And they always find that funny, right? And so I'm like, yes, we're both regular. I obviously don't give him a lot, but my kids love it. And I'm like, I'm not really, it's a nutrient-dense meal replacement. It's not just a protein shake like the others. This is why it's separated from them, and this is why I like it, because I'm on the go. You're a busy photographer too. You totally get what I'm saying. I feel full for 3 to 4 hours. If I pump it up full of other stuff, and I'm not really a spinachy kind of girl, I want desserts. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm a dessert person too. I wanted ice cream. And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, there are so many recipes right there. It's so popular that you can go on Pinterest and find hundreds of recipes of different ways to make it like ice cream. And there's desserts you can make. And I'm also, just honest, yeah, there's desserts you can make. I don't really care for them, but I love making it with peanut butter and tons of ice. So it's this ice cream consistency, and I feel like I'm having dessert every day. And so just kind of stuff like that. And I literally just ramble.
Yeah, that's genius to talk about ice cream dessert. What woman does not relate to that, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of I guess in the first couple months, those are the things that I realized stood out, and people their eyes lit up when I said those things. When I said it was ice cream, I am full for this long. I can do my newborn session for 4 hours and not be shaking at the end of it. Because those girls are all newborn photographers too. And what else? Just saying how. What else did I say to her? I don't remember now.
I'm sure you'll think of it.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Or for everyone, kind of. Okay, so have any of you guys actually mailed anyone a sample of Shakeology?
Yes, I actually mailed 3 big packages yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, was it just one little bag thingy?
It was different. So I mailed 3 packages of vanilla to one girl because she was considering switching. And she was just kind of on the fence as to whether or not she's like, oh, should I just put it on hold for now? Should I do this? And And she's like, I kind of want to try the other one. Like, I just don't want to leave people thinking about things too long. And so I mailed her some. And then Joelle and I had done, and Rachel had done a group. I'm trying to remember what group it was, but we had offered prizes. It was a free group, and that's one of the other things I'll mention. And each of us told our people that had joined we'd have a different prize. So Joelle's prize was the Plyo video from 21 Day Fix or something like that. Mine was I had all this extra Shakeology, so I said I would give them 12 packages of Shakeology. Now looking back, that was way too many. Because it cost me a lot of shipping. 6 should probably have been way more than enough. But so I just mailed those ones finally. And then another girl that had wanted to try it but was procrastinating. So she's been talking to me for months. I want to try Shakeology, but I'm just so lazy and I just and I'm always so busy and I got to go to my kids. And so I'm like, let me send you some to try. So if I can get her hooked on it, then I feel like that might make her actually take the plunge and get on the computer and, take 5 minutes to actually order it. So I do mail it quite a bit.
Yeah. I've never done it before, but I have to tell you about another multi-level marketing girl messaged me from Roden and Fields, and she was like, hey, do you, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever heard of this? And I kind of talked, I was like, I'm kind of interested, And she's like, well, let me send you a sample in the mail. So I'm like, okay, whatever, And she mailed me this, just so you guys see. So she mailed me like a cute card. And then inside there was like instructions. She just printed something off, like instructions. It had a little, handwritten message and her card. She has like a little Roden and Fields card.
Oh, yeah.
And then she put like these 2 little bead thingies and like a little sample. So, so she mailed that to me. Sadly, I still haven't tried it, but let me tell you, I feel a lot more invested in her, I guess. Like I feel almost like guilty because she spent time and money on me. And so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try it. And, it's just been an interesting experience. So I could see how if you're like, hey, I'd love to send you a sample, maybe cost you a couple bucks, even if you just send them one Shakeology packet, with like a cute thank you note.
Yeah.
I think that would be effective because, again, I feel like, shoot, I got to try this. And I feel like I can't ignore her the way you can sometimes ignore other multi-level marketing people. Like, shoot, I can't ignore you because you spent time and money on me. So
I wish I could show you guys, but I just sent 10 packages of Shakeology out today.
Oh, wow.
With 7 days each, they paid $30 for it. And I'm doing a Shakeology group.
Uh-huh.
And I put it in cute little box with a handwritten note for myself.
Uh-huh.
And the 7 packets and a workout rubber band that I picked up for like 3 cents. I ordered a large quantity.
Like kind of like the bracelet things or?
No, a band that you work out with, a rubber band.
Like a resistance band?
A resistance band, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So I gave them a resistance band. They cost 3 cents. They're no big deal, seriously, you guys.
How are you finding them for 3 cents?
I might be able to hook you guys up. We'll see.
Yeah, hook us up.
We'll see. I'm working on it. We'll see.
Okay.
So I'm getting them through a gym. He's letting me order them through him. And they're only 3 cents each. So they all got this resistance band, the 7 Shakeologies, a handwritten note from me, and I don't know, something else. I'm totally drawing a blank on what the other thing is. But anyway, and then I wrapped them as if they were a gift. and then I put them in the pay one price box to ship $5 or whatever it is through priority mail.
Yeah.
And they paid for that too. So
Yeah.
they paid $30 plus shipping. So I just sent 10 of them today.
Oh, that's awesome.
You'll have to keep us.
Talk about my next point.
Oh, sorry.
So
You'll have to keep us
no, it's
posted
good.
how it goes.
Okay.
Is groups. So Joelle and I have done a few shake groups, and we got the information from another coach doing shake groups, and so we tweaked a couple things, but for the majority it was already written out for us. We just copied and pasted her, so she's got a couple pre-days, she's got 6 days posts for every single day, and we would add a photo here and there from that. And so it would cost $35. Shipping's included. You get 6 packages. The first package, 7 days. The first package you split between 2 days. But yeah, so that some people, and each day talks about those things. So why are we splitting it at 2 days? Because some people, you're getting all these nutrients, your body's not used to it. And like, we've all run into a few people that are like, oh my gosh, I felt like I was on the toilet forever after having Shakeology, because their body wasn't used to having that many vitamins and nutrients. But those groups have worked out really well for me. I wouldn't say that every person is, signed up, but I got 1 to 2 from each group that we did. And they don't all stay on it, but they at least get you commission for a couple months to start with. And you have that opportunity to then sell them a challenge pack afterwards, even if they only just do the Shakeology first. Because then they're in the door, and of course then they're your friend and that sort of thing. There's also the free groups. So we've done a water group a few times, which is really successful. Everybody needs to drink more water, and everybody knows they need to drink more water. And so there's a lot of really willing participants to do that. And so while it's not necessarily on the topic of Beachbody and programs and the Shakeology and whatnot, we then use some of our posts through those different days to implement to relate to them. And we then at the end of the groups, we can post the info that we have from our groups for you guys to see too, and you can use them in your own groups, or we can all do like a team group. But at the end we say, get in touch with the coach that signed you up if you'd like to hear more about the kind of programs that we do. And obviously we follow up with them and say, hey, we're going to be doing a group, and it's going to be a challenge group, and it's going to be 21-day fix, or do you want to step it up a notch, kind of thing. So the water groups do really well, and we've had a bunch of people that have always wanted to restart them. There's booty groups, there's 6-pack groups. We did a Beachbody group where every day we did a different workout from a different program. So we all made little videos, and we did a video so mine was PiYo, and so I did why I liked PiYo, and then I did a little, the little pick, play, post app. We used those, and we had 3 different moves that the people in the group had to do each day. So one day they did the PiYo moves. The next day, say Joelle talked about 21-day fix, and then she posted her little video of the different moves, and we did them that day. So we went through P90, PiYo, 21-day fix. Rachel did Insanity Max. And I think she had really good success with that one. I think there was quite a few people that were really impressed with that one. Right, Rachel? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And so that's another way to share. And it's a way to share not by yourself. So that's what I like about those, is that we get to use our success partners. We get to use our teammates, and we get to help each other. Especially if one of us is having a crazy day one day, and then, we're not just leaving the challengers in the lurch. The other thing that I have written down is to be the product. So I feel like this is absolutely the best way that I can share. And I suck at it right now. But when I posted my results from 21 Day Fix, I still have people, and that was a while ago, I still have people telling me how good I look and whatnot. I'm like, I totally put back on all the weight from what I lost there. And people remember that. And whether they're ready right then or not, it sticks in their head and they've filed it away, and it's an opportunity later on down the road. And there are definitely lots of people that were interested from those posts. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe Kelly, you can vouch for that because you post that kind of stuff a lot more than I do. But sharing your personal results with the people that actually know you, and not like say somebody else's results and they're like, yeah, we always see people before and afters. Like, it's one thing to see other people's before and afters. It's another to see the person that you know and see something that's working for them. And so I got to step that one up again, but that's always in my head. Like, oh, as soon as I can get another really good before and after to post, that's when I'm going to like plaster that baby everywhere and get lots of shares. Anyway,
I totally agree with that. I mean, Jill, you had a ton of people from like going nuts over yours, right?
Yeah, I did. That's where I got the most comments from, or most like challenge pack people. They were like, "Oh my gosh, you look great! Like, send me like people I hadn't talked to like since high school." And yeah, they were like, I need something. Your before and afters are awesome. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like one thing really quick is that I think sometimes, I guess don't be a perfectionist procrastinator. Like, don't wait for like a killer. I think you can show like, I think there's so many creative ways to do before and afters. I mean, you can do like just a headshot of like your face, 6 months ago versus now. And, or like, like I did with the pulling the pants out, or even showing like your belt buckle down a couple notches. Like, you don't even have to show your body necessarily, or you can like just show your abs or like your biceps, or, if you're getting more defined in your back muscles, or anything that like any little thing that you're noticing. I mean, people like, for me, even the couple times like I posted my abs, people said, oh my gosh, like any type of, I just think, I mean, there's one where I was like flexing, and I mean, it feels weird. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm awesome, I'm bragging, But most people get motivated by it, and so if you can do that, or even like, like I said once, there's a website, and I can't remember what it was, where you can post how many bananas you lost in pounds, or like I've lost 2 pounds in bananas, and it'll say, and it'll show you how many, like, it'll be like, I've lost 15 bananas, or I've lost 12 pounds of soda. Just like dumb ways like that, I think can be creative ways to like show, I guess, your results without necessarily showing like,
yeah, that's a really good point.
You in a bra, you in your bikini.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Not always.
You're right.
Jody.
Hey,
Yes.
I post my weekly shot in a bikini.
Go girl, Alyssa.
I was gonna say, Jody, you should just post your like very first Beachbody photos when you did P90X.
Yeah, those ones are good ones.
They're amazing.
I'm really flat after P90X.
Yeah. Or even like other ideas I've thought of are like pictures of me in an outfit, maybe a year ago. I mean, you guys should all get the Time Hop app, because that's kind of cool to look at where you were a year ago, and then look before and be like, oh, like you could totally put on the same outfit, you know, from a year ago and just show how.
Oh, yeah, I was pregnant a year ago, so I'm really good.
Right.
Like really skinny now.
Or even, I've even thought of showing like my skin. Like I feel like my skin looks a little better than it did a year ago. You know, just anything like that. So it doesn't have to be like this, you know.
That's true.
ripped.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, your skin.
Oh, you know what? Actually, a girl in this other group I'm a part of, she posted her license. So her license from 4 years ago, and then she got it renewed. And like the difference was amazing. So that was a cool thing to do.
Oh,
That is cool.
I like that. Okay. So I have, it's just, one more big one. And that's social media groups. And not just social media, but just groups. So groups like mom groups in your area, play groups in your area, buy and sell groups in your area. So I had a girlfriend who was in a buy and sell group for my neighborhood. And she messaged me and said, "Oh my gosh, somebody's on this buy and sell group asking if anybody knows a Beachbody coach." And she's like, "And I totally thought of you. You need to get in that group and you need to talk to them." And so I got in there, and then it's literally like buying and selling like kids' clothes and shoes and whatever else. And I posted again today and was like, "Hey guys, I got all these extra Shakeology packs. Does anybody want to try it out? Is anybody wanting to try out Shakeology? 3 packs for $15, you know, let me know and I can let you know all about it and go over the health benefits with you." So there's that. And then Joelle is actually in a whole whack load of groups. And while she's really good at that, while for me, you know, when I told Joelle about Beachbody was literally right when I signed up, and she was so excited about it, which I was kind of shocked that she was. And so she signed up.
Why?
I don't know. Because I told my other sisters, and they're like, "Oh."
Okay.
And so my one sister's like, "Just let me be fat." Leave me alone. Not fat, but she's like, "Why can't you just let me be fat and happy?" Sorry. So anyway, Joelle was like, "Oh, this sounds awesome. I totally want to do it." And we both had totally different experiences. So whereas I hit Success Club 10 every month, Joelle was getting nothing. And she was working just as hard as I was. Obviously, like, I had a bigger network to start than she did. And I also had, like, my photography people and whatnot. And but she did the back end work, all the hard work of joining these mom groups and going to the community, you know, small business groups. And so I feel like she should share an experience, because now she's seeing the results. And I know that it's really easy, even if I have a bad, like, week, I'm like, "Oh crap, I don't think I should be doing this anymore. I totally suck at this." And I'm quick to be like that, but she had lots and lots of months where she got nothing. She's still stuck with it. So I think she's good to share something, Joelle, about.
You're so sweet. So yeah, I joined like a crap load of groups, local mom groups, and I actually I would talk to one person and then I'd add them on Facebook and just try to expand my Facebook network. And there was this cookie exchange in my town, and so I signed up to go, and I made 12 dozen cookies, and they turned out horrible. It was so disgusting.
It's at Christmas, so I was in Ontario, and it was,
yeah,
they ended good, but they didn't start good.
exactly. So anyway, I went, and this girl who was hosting it, she is like super into fitness and like super into running, and I told her about Shakeology. And she's like, yeah, I'll buy a couple packs off of you. And then she messaged me with like 4 other friends who wanted to buy Shakeology. And like she messaged me just 20 minutes ago saying, I have these 3 other friends who are interested in the 21-day fix. Can you contact them? Here's all their info. So it just, it really does pay off eventually. But it's really important to keep networking and putting yourself out there and actually getting to know people is my little spiel.
The cookie lady.
Pardon?
The cookie lady.
The cookie lady. Yeah, she actually runs a running group in my hometown, which is cool, but it's on Wednesday nights, so.
Well, and I thought it was interesting too because, like, you know, you went to this party and it was like super lame. Nobody was talking, and you had to like force yourself to talk to these people. And this one shining moment was coming out of this like horrible,
This awkward experience.
Yeah, and it ended up being like, you know, you came on, you're like, oh man, that was awful. And it ended up being wonderful. And so I guess the moral is just, I thought, to remember that getting yourself out there and getting out of your comfort zone and thinking of everything we do is potentially an opportunity. No, we're not going to like harass everybody that, you know, they need a beach body in every conversation, but just to keep your mind open that there might be somebody who's looking, whether or not they're kind of, you know, you don't go to a cookie exchange to share Beachbody. However, it ended up being just what, you know, was the catalyst for Joelle to get the ball rolling. Is my point.
Awesome.
Nice.
Joelle's such a good example of tenacity. That's my new favorite word. Tenacity. Like, we just show up when we stick to it, and eventually it pays off.
One of these days, it just has to. But that was one of the things that I had read that Micah had said at the very, very, very beginning, and it kept sticking in my head that they might not be ready now, but down the road, they're going to remember you. And it actually is very true. And so I feel like if we can just be ourselves and just talk to our friends like we would about anything else that's going on in our lives, it's going to come back to benefit us in the end.
Yeah. I know I used to be like a kind of not antisocial, but like there's all the like the church parties and like baby showers, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to another one. Now I'm like, I'm gonna go sell Shakeology. I'm gonna go sell Beachbody. Like, I'm like going to everything now.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
And so I have one last quick one. And that was just from today, which you probably already saw that I said, but the leads. So every time I was getting a lead, I was emailing them right away. And like Micah has like a video about, hey, I'm your new Beachbody coach, and putting like a face to the name, and so they don't think it's like some automated email. And I just never had a chance to like really do that. Plus I hate myself on video. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna send an email and I'm gonna say, hey, let's touch base by this day and let's figure out what's gonna work for you. Let's like cheerlead each other. And you know, I just shared like I started with P90X, and years later, like I came back and did 21-day fix, blah, blah, blah. And nobody ever answers. Ever. So for, I don't know, how long have I been Emerald? Like 4 months or something, 5 months. I would be getting these leads almost daily and emailing them almost daily, and nothing was happening. And so the last couple months, I was just like, forget it. I'll just get to them later. And so today I like emailed, I don't know, like 12 or 13 people. And one of them actually wrote me back. And she was like, you know, and I changed the end of it. I said, oh, right now, like Beachbody's just released On Demand. So there's this On Demand challenge group we're going to be doing soon. And I didn't put a date because I'm like, I don't even know when we're doing a challenge group for On Demand or what we're doing for that. I have no idea. But I'm just going to put that in here. And she's like, yeah, you know, I'm actually really good at being like motivated and blah, blah, blah. And I actually would really like to hear more about the On Demand challenge group. I'm really into like sticking to 30-minute workouts. That's all I have. So does it have workouts like that and blah, blah, blah. And at the end, I also put in like my favorite Shakeology recipe links just to say like, because I had said in my story, I started Shakeology, so I added those in there, even if they're just a free customer. So they could see, oh, wow, this is actually really big. It's like all over Pinterest or whatever. I don't know if that works. But so I was just really excited because somebody actually wrote back and actually shows interest. Whether or not it actually pans out is a whole other story. But I thought that just proved again that we have to stick with the things that they give us.
Yeah, you never know.
Does anyone here use Pinterest, like for their Beachbody?
I share like my Pinterest boards all the time. Is that what you mean?
No, like I put my before and after pictures on Pinterest, and like people are pinning them, but I have like it linked to my personal website. I haven't had anything yet, but a lot of people have pinned it.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's smart.
Look at you.
Yeah,
you can share it with your success partner. Aubrey.
It's from the book Jab, 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 Right Hook. Everyone needs to read it. It's so amazing.
Sweet. Yeah, I've heard a ton of good things about that book. Well, that was awesome, Jody. Seriously, you made it so many good points. Like I was taking notes left and right, and I want to. A couple things I'd love for you to share with our team is maybe like how. I don't know if whoever told you how to do the Shakeology group, but I would love instructions on that for like our team to know how.
Yeah, we got it all saved in Evernote, so we can share the Evernote folder.
Sweet, yeah, because I would love to like add that to our coach training. Just like if anyone ever is like, hey, I want to do a different kind of group, we can send them that information. And then I'd love to hear the email. I'd love to see the text that you wrote in the email of your lead. Because that sounds like a really good email, like the things you mentioned.
Okay.
I'm serious. I was like, oh, that's genius. Yeah. Oh. So anyway.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions for Jody?
Pretty sure I rambled enough.
Yeah, I have one. Can you send me my Stella and Dot bag?
Yeah. Are you going on vacation?
Yeah, we're going to Timmins.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pick a winner for the necklace. Oh, and I have to show you guys. I pulled this up. Hang on. This is, I made this for, let me see, hang on. Just so you see a different version of it before and after. I made this for Monica because I don't know, sometimes I don't think you see your own.
Wow.
But I was like, Monica, look at this. Because she posted on Instagram like a couple different pictures. And I was like, Monica, look at how much you've changed in a year. And it was just cool to see. So even like face shots, you know, are powerful.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I do have an update just from that getting your crap in order thing.
Yeah.
So I've been doing these for a while, right? The sheet. And so I finally went and got it laminated. Yeah. And I just used a dry erase marker.
Oh, very smart.
I don't have to print off anything every week. Anyway, but I was like, okay, I've updated these enough. But it's awesome because you just write on it.
That's smart.
Cool.
I like it. I have no idea what that is. What is it?
Body checklist is what I do every day.
Yeah, last month Jill was our guest speaker, and she did a whole meeting on get your Beachbody crap in order because she has like all these little notebooks and folders, and she's very organized. So.
Oh, I missed the video.
Yeah, the files are in the team page.
Yeah, in the files section, she posted her actual like checklist that she used, and then the video for that is on my YouTube page, or just search. You guys all know how to search in our team page, right? Just click on the search box. So
let me write that down because obviously I forget these things.
just search crap because I title it "Get Your Beachbody Crap in Order." Okay.
Gosh, this is amazing.
Okay, so I've got. Let me just take out the sticky one. Just give me 1 second, and I'll pick a winner. So, anyone else want to share anything else before we finish? Okay. So, here we go. And don't forget, you guys, next week the coach training starts. So, like, get anyone, even your discount coaches, like, say, hey, I don't know if you were thinking of, if you've ever considered working the business, but I'm starting coach training. So if you want to, like, join the fun. But okay, so I'm gonna pick from this.
It's gonna be my name.
It's Rachel. Rachel, yay for Rachel. Yay, so, message me your number, your address, not your number. You'll get this cute thing.
Thank you.
Okay, and then is next week the last week of the month?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that means it's our book club. So everyone make sure, yeah, it is the last. So everyone make sure you've got that you're reading personal development and come with some nuggets of wisdom to share. And thanks for joining us. And thank you so much, Jody. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, good night, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.